Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So today what we are going to be doing is we're going to be covering how to install ESX scripts onto your FiveM server. I went ahead and completely created a brand new ESX SQL file. You'll be able to find this exact set of scripts down in the description. There'll be a link to my GitHub page where you'll be able to download these. So we do have some non-traditional, I'll say, ESX scripts, not out of like the main pack you can get. Mainly with that being the new banking script, which is a much better banking system, as well as this script right here. It's a character selection script. So, what you want to do is when you download these scripts here, there will also be a file in this particular folder that leads us straight. That also gives you the order of which you need to start the scripts. So you want to go open up your tutorial server, or in this case, your FiveM server. We need to, in my case, restart up FiveM here. It's going to immediately pop up and start the server. This right now you don't have to worry about. You can set your project description and project name based off of what you want your server to be. It's very simple. You can actually go over that real quick, but we'll go to localhost. Sign in. This will be the page that you get hit with. You'll sign in, you'll click yes, allow. You'll do that every time you go to start up and actually log into your dashboard in order to control your server. So one thing we can do and cover real quick on how easy it is. So it would be, actually, I don't see it. That's right, we have to add it. We'll cover that in a different video. Just so we can work on the actual scripts and stuff like that. So we'll need to come back to this here in a second. We want to now go into our resources folder. We want to create a new folder and call it ESX exactly like this. This is where we're going to put all of our ESX scripts from here, all excluding the SQL file. So I'll just copy those over. And now what we want to do is we want to start putting them in order for them to start correctly. So we need to pop back over to our dashboard here, pop back over to our config editor, and right up here, the way I like to do things and the way I like to have things pop out is I like to do a double hashtag, call this ESX, and do another double hashtag. So the reason I do it like this is this separates all of our scripts based on what folder they are in. It keeps them extremely clean. If I pop over to my live server here and show you the CFG in here, as you can see, everything is nice and neat with all of our scripts and different things that we use, all nice and organized. So over here, we want to start by starting up async. And then we want to move to start essential mode. Then from essential mode, we go into MySQL -async. And pretty much just follow along here. There is some scripts that I do have removed from the list of scripts that I do have pulled up over to the side of how I want to start these. But the main thing is that we will get them all in there and start it. Extend it. From extend it into instance. From instance into cron to skin changer. From skin changer to disable dispatch. And then from there, we want to actually start enabling our ESX script. So we have this set up now. We can go ahead and do start ESX underscore menu underscore default start ESX underscore menu underscore list ESX menu underscore dialog, start ESX. Now you can either do start or how it shows up above, typing in insure. Insure does the same exact thing as start. I just prefer to use start as that's what I've always used when developing servers and things like that. So after we do that, we want to enable voice and RP chat. So we do voice and then ESX RP chat. From RP chat, we go into enabling new banking. From new banking into, we're using a different version of Garage, so I have to remember what it is called here. Close out of these two folders as we don't need them. It would be, where are you? ESX underscore DRP underscore Garage. It's the nicer Garage script. Garage. From Garage to add-on inventory. From add-on inventory into, I didn't add in the animations, I skipped that into add-on account. Because there's a much nicer animation script that we will be covering in a different video. That's why we don't have it included in this base setup of ESX scripts. So now we do ESX underscore skin, start ESX underscore data store, start ESX underscore vehicle shop. Spelling that right? Yes, I am. Start ESX underscore society. From society, we go into status. From status, we go into police job. From police job into billing. And you guys won't have to type all this out unless you are using a hosting site. If you're using a hosting site, I don't recommend using this particular set of scripts. I recommend using the scripts that they offer to you, because some hosting sites, you can't do things like set group without running a particular version of the script set before a certain date. So we actually messed up here. I'm just going to back it all off because that's what I normally do. It's ESX underscore police job. Start ESX underscore billing. Start ESX underscore service. And I'm pretty much just going to fast forward through this little bit here, and we will be right back. Alright, and then the last one we need to start is DMV school. So we have all of these scripts added in and started. And if we go back over here to dashboard and click on start, you will see, oh. So here's a couple things. I probably spelled a couple of things wrong. As you can see, we have some scripts not starting up properly. So if we just pop over to here, we'll see that it's not starting MySQL-async. So simply what we do is we Control-C, go back to our configuration, paste that in. I spelled it wrong. That is a mistake on my part. What are the other scripts that it's not starting? So it can't find clothing shop. So if you ever spell something wrong when adding in a script, this is my best bet for what you can do in order to make sure that the script starts first. Just go over and copy each one and replace it in your config editor. So, where are you? It's called clothes shop, not clothing shop. So from there, what else was it? So we got the clothing shop. We need weapon shop and disabled disabled dispatch. So, popping back over to here, we need, whoops, we don't want to go into the folder. Weapon shop. That would be, it's because I didn't call it ESX. Excuse me. And then it was, what was the other one? Disabled dispatch, which I believe that it only has one D now that I'm thinking about it. Yes. Just copy it like that. Go over here and paste it in like so. We save, we go to dashboard, we click on start. Can't find resource ESX clothing shop. I thought we fixed you. So popping back over here, maybe we didn't save it. It's probably what happened. Then we go, yep, that appears to be what happened. Then we go back to dashboard and we click start. So, one thing that you can always do, especially one nice thing that I like about txAdmin, if we go over to our resources, it gives us a list of everything. As you can see, I intentionally skipped out on the barbershop script and starting that because it pops up over here where you can actually start the resource manually through here. This is a good way when you're setting up your server. If you think, oh, did I start that script, or are all of my scripts starting? You can scroll through the list and you can see here we didn't start our characters. And that is it, because we also have our base stuff showing up. If we turn off default resources, it's only going to show us the stuff labeled in the ESX folder. So we need to go add in barbershop, which I believe, looking over at my documentation that I have here, we plop that right under basic needs. So what I'm just going to do, I'm going to do it the easy way. And we're just going to copy that, pop back over to our CFG editor, basic needs, start ESX barbershop. And then right down here at the end, it doesn't matter where you put this script in, but we can go back again and look at our resources, and we can copy the name of our character selector. And pop back over to our CFG editor, and we can just throw that down at the bottom here. So that will be all of our scripts starting now. If we save, we go back over here and restart the server. You will see that all of our scripts are starting. We have the character script starting, accessories, all of that good stuff. And we can always do our double check of going over here and looking in our resources and doing a quick scroll through and see that all of them are in fact starting. But here's the thing. I'm going to launch up FiveM and go to connect to the server. And that's for a specific reason, and you'll see why here in a second. If we go to connect to our main server here, we'll be hit with two things. One of which I was not expecting for this video, but I can easily mediate that, and I can show you how, is the connection was rejected by server, unable to find Steam ID. Please relaunch FiveM with Steam open, or restart FiveM and Steam if Steam is already open. Well, we have both Steam and FiveM open, so we can easily fix that just by, exiting to desktop and going over here, stopping the server, and going back into our CFG editor, scrolling down, and going and getting your developer key from the web API, or the API key that you would need. Luckily for me, I already have that saved. I can just go over to my other CFG and find where I put that. Here we go. It's going to be blurred out for you guys. But we'll just come over here and you'll paste your Steam developer API key in here, and I can show you how to get it. So we'll copy this link here. I'll go ahead and save my CFG. We'll paste and go. It's going to ask you to sign in with your Steam account. Go ahead and do that, and then it should prompt you for your key. So we'll go ahead and sign in. My account information will be blurred out. I have to authenticate my account. So it would help if I typed it in. And if you're someone like me, you'll have it prompt up here for you to put your family PIN in. So that way we can get into here, and it'll bring you up to a page that looks like this. But it won't look like particularly this. It will give you a little bit of a form to fill out. You do that, and it will grant you your Steam Web API key. So once you have that, you simply just place it over to here where it prompts for your Steam Web API key, save your config file, go back, click Start Server, and we'll be able to now connect to our FiveM server. But we won't be able to actually get into the server, and I'll explain why here in a second. So I'm skipping out on a key part here. So once it fetches all of our information and starts to connect us to the server, we'll land on a character selection screen. But we can't do anything yet. We can't create our characters because it is not pointing to a database. We need to point it to a database, which I'll show you here in a second once we actually get in, that we won't be able to do anything quite yet. It always takes a little bit of time to load into servers. That is what it is, especially when you're running a lot of scripts. You'll see all of these scripts and everything will be changed, however, from saying like Raven RP and everything like that, because I pulled them directly from my own server. As you can see, we can't do anything here. So right now, simply what we can do is we can Alt-Tab, pop over to our control panel, and stop the server. You'll see that FiveM disconnects us. So we can exit to desktop, because now, if I can figure out where the folders went off to, they're hiding. We can open up this folder here, double click on ESX full. You'll want to have HeidiSQL and a program called xAmp installed. You need to install xAmp in order to actually open up your HeidiSQL server. So simply just follow through the install instructions and then click Start MySQL. That will allow us to start. You'll click on Create a new database, and then you'll be able to open it. As you can see, I got a couple of things here, but simply all we have to do is run ESX full onto our database, and once it finishes, we can then right-click, refresh, and you'll see we have our essential mode database right here that will store all of your player data. But it's not configured. We still can't actually connect to it and call it. So up above ESX, we're going to create a new line called database connection. And under database connection, we want to do a couple of things. We want to do set ES_enable custom data 1, and then under here we want to do set MySQL _ connection _ string space server equals 127.0.0.1 colon, or semicolon, my bad. Database equals essential mode, semicolon. User ID equals root, semicolon, and then password equals, and close it off. Then you would come under here and do add ace resource dot essential mode space command dot add underscore principal space allow. And that's going to set it up so that we can actually connect to our database. We'll click on save. And now if we go back and restart the server, we will have that database connection string in there, allowing us to now, when we launch into our server, be able to connect and actually create our character and get into the game. So this will take a minute and we'll be right back. Okay, so we have loaded into the server and you should be met with this screen here, meaning we can now go in and create our character. It'll pop up. As you can see, some of these graphics are still at a particular setting right here, but we can just call this character test. Test, we'll just do 1990 0518, height 186, create, and then it'll allow us to then go through and create our character. For now, we just got to worry about keeping it default. We don't have anything to do. As you can see, our map is been populated. We have a bunch of different garages. We have the main garage here. We have our job center, as well as we have a couple of different jobs, as well as different impound yards. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope to see you back here again for another tutorial. Goodbye.